And welcome to the Bridge Show. It's another Tuesday and we're back with the vengeance for more exciting news here from the basement studio. So without further ado, let the show begin. And welcome back, you dear folks. We are broadcasting again live from our IP-based studio here in Oslo, and we have some special guests. Today, there are going to be live guests from England, from London to be precise, and they are from Densitron. And I would very much like to welcome Simen Jones, which is the CEO of Densitron. And Simen, how is it to be on the show?
Simen, I'm overwhelmed and deeply honoured to be on your show today. I can't wait to talk to you and your viewers.
Well, you know, Simen, this is basically the first time you're on the show, but I have a nagging suspicion this is definitely not going to be your last, because we have some crazy news today.
Well, and we've been very busy in the background, Simen, haven't we? So now's the time for the big reveal.
But you know, first of all, because to those, you know, very, very few of our viewers that doesn't really know who Densitron is, could you give a brief description of Densitron and the IDS system?
Sure, with pleasure. So Densitron was 50 years old last year, so we were very proud to celebrate our 50-year anniversary. So we've been around for a long time. And what we do is we're obsessed between the interface between the human and machine. Yeah. We make displays, we make computers, and we make the IDS control system. And many of those products are designed with broadcast customers in mind. Oh, yeah. So, you know, whether you know it or not, studios all over the world rely on our equipment. But often you won't see our name on the front. No. We'll often be Densitron inside, which is, although we've been around for a long time, you may not have heard of us for that reason. Well,
we are using, you know, Densitron here in our studio. We have quite a nice IDS system, you know, controlling all of our peripherals, like, you know, red light control, all our countdown clocks, all our cue screens, everything basically here is Densitron. So even we, you know, got it.
Oh, thank you for your business, Simen. We appreciate your support.
And you say that basically, but Densitron also comes from, as you say, the interface between humans and the machine, and that means, of course, that the visual part is pretty important here.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all about making it simple. Yeah. And really, if there's one guiding principle within which we design our products, it's how to simplify the user experience. So, for example, all of the things that you were just talking about, you know, I hope that IDS system is really simple for you to use, so you don't have to be an expert to make the system work. That's what we're here to help you to do.
Yeah, but that's the important thing, and we are so aligned. And you know, we met, one of the first times we met was at IBC, and this was 2019. And that was, you know, an amazing kind of meet, and we kind of hit it off pretty fast, didn't we?
I think the mojitos helped that, Simen, somehow.
Exactly.
But yes, we absolutely did. I think we felt a cultural similarity there over a mojito or two.
That is very true, and I know for a fact that also your engineers and our engineers got together and actually, you know, found themselves in the same predicament, because again, it's amazingly hard to make anything, you know, easy, because you don't want to simplify it down to stupid, but you want to make it easy to use and still retain, you know, this amazing usefulness. And that is not for the faint of heart.
And I think, you know, I remember sort of when we all came over to your stand and walked around, you know, the minds of the engineers, you could see them starting to boggle with all the things that Densitron could do to help you make your products even better. And then, as we've discovered, actually integrating some of our technologies together to make things powerful yet simple for the broadcast customers.
Absolutely. Now, you know, we can talk about this all day, to be honest, because it's something that really, truly engages us both. That's for sure. But we are, we are going to give some interesting examples here, because, you know, Simen, we've been working together for quite some time in the background, or even, you know, in the top secret realm, and now it's time to tell the world exactly what's come out of that.
Yeah, and actually, so one of our products has been designed specifically for you, Simen.
That is very true.
Which we'll also be revealing.
You know, I'm so excited I can't contain myself. That is very true. And if we start with one thing first, because we have a brilliant video created by one of your amazing engineers called Daniel, that basically showcases something. Before we hit that video, would you kind of tell us what's some of the background here? Because you created an amazing product, which is a 4-rack unit screen.
Yeah. So there's a couple of things probably just before we run the tape. So first of all, we noticed that the 4U rack mount was a really beautiful size to give operators enough space to see what's going on, yes, without consuming too much of the rack. So particularly in OB applications, we think 4U is a really efficient size for the user interface. And actually that was proven when we started working with you guys, because the only way that you could achieve what you wanted was to use an iPad Pro, yes, mounted on the front of the rack. Now, an iPad Pro, great product, but it's not an industrial product, right? So the screen life isn't as long. It doesn't perform in as wide a range of applications. So we developed a special 4U product just for the broadcast application, to take over from what you were using as the iPad. So that was the first thing. So that very much sits on the front of the system that you're going to see. The bit behind is the really clever bit where we combine the Bridge Technologies probes, yes, with the IDS control system. And I think that's where the magic really starts to happen. And I won't steal too much thunder from the video, because I think it's better for the viewers to see it for themselves.
Well, then, Simen, I believe that we won't keep anybody in more suspense. So basically, I think that let's run the video.
Hello and welcome to this demonstration video. My name's Daniel and I'm one of the design and commissioning engineers for the IDS control system here at Densitron. And today I've got a really cool demo to share with you that we've built in conjunction with Bridge Technologies and their amazing VB440 IP probe. Now, when we started working with Bridge, we needed to address their main pain point, which was the ability to expose and access the main features of the VB440 in space-constrained environments, such as OB trucks. So with this in mind, it made sense for us to specify one of our latest HMI displays, the 4RU, and this is the display you can see in your shop. So as the name suggests, this is a 4U rack-mountable, touch-enabled display. It has a native resolution of 1920 by 624 and is 10-point touch-enabled. So we're pairing this display with one of our IDS Remora clients. Now this is providing the intelligence and the UI that you can see on the display. So with the hardware component specified, we set about working on the software solution, and we came up with this concept of a multi-viewer plus. So just like a multi-viewer, but adding additional functionality into it. And by the very nature of IDS, we offer control solutions. So what we've been able to do here is break this into 3 key areas, as you can see on the display. So we have control, route, and monitor. So what I'm going to do now is just take you through each of these key features so you can see what we're offering as a complete solution. So starting with control. So here we have an interface that operates robotic cameras. Now the camera you can see on your display is an SDI camera. So that's been fed and getting converted into SMPTE 2110, which is then being sent into the VB440, which is providing our system IDS with a low latency, low bandwidth feed. And on top of that, we've also got the ability to control this camera. So you can see here we've got pan movements, tilt movements, and zoom, and so on. We've also got the ability to recall and store presets. This could also be expanded to account for things like camera shading. So this interface has been set up to support 8 cameras, but that's by no means a limitation. So beyond the camera control, we thought, what's the next logical step in this control? And that would be to offer routing control. So over here, we've got an interface that represents an XY routing panel. So we have all our destinations along the bottom, and then we have our sources along the top. So this interface could be used in several ways. It could be controlling back-end broadcast routers, it could be controlling video switches, or it could be building multi-viewer layouts within IDS itself. So one of which you should be able to see on your screen now. So for example, I can pick my program feed, I can select a source, and I can take that source, and then that will switch it. So you can start to really customize your multi-viewer layouts at a touch of a button. And because IDS is completely IP enabled, you could route this information around various displays in OB vans or alike. So beyond this, we thought, what's the next thing we need to offer? And that's, of course, the monitor view. So this is where the really cool stuff happens. So if I move over to the monitor tab, what we can see here again is the camera feed that we were controlling earlier, but now we can see the waveforms alongside it. So we have our different waveforms, so our luminance, our CBCR, our YCBCR, and our RGB color space. So again, this is really powerful. We can then also move through the different sources and have the waveforms representing those flows right next to it. And so beyond this, we thought, well, okay, this is great. So we were able to break this out into different layouts. So 2x2, 3x2, and even a 4x2. And of course, the point here is you can customize all of those different inputs. So depending on what you're working on, you can have enough feeds to suit your needs. And again, this could be routed to various other IDS displays, if applicable, if needed within the environment. So another thing to point out actually is that we're pulling feeds here from a local VB440 as well as one in Oslo. So we've got the ability to connect to multiple nodes here, and at a touch of a button we can switch that. So for example, the feed you can see here is coming out of the VB440 all the way over in Oslo, and I can tab all the way back here, and we've got a camera that's coming out of one that's located in our office here. So within a touch of a button, I can route all these sources around. So, I mean, that's pretty cool, right? And all done in a compact 4U form factor monitor, as well as camera control and routing control. So I'm sure you'll agree that's a pretty powerful offering right there. So really that concludes the demonstration that I wanted to go through today. So I hope you all enjoyed, and thanks very much for watching.
Well, that's really something. What do you think about this, Simon? Holy Moses. That's really, really something. No kidding.
Yeah, and look, and I think, Simon, that's just the start.
Yes.
And you know, since we've started working together, one of the biggest challenges is just focusing our development activity on one or two problems.
Yes.
But the system we've built there is fully customizable, fully scalable. So we've got a demo there, we've got a solution that we think is useful. But actually, let's go out and talk to people and see what else they want it to do, and we can build that in.
Absolutely, and you know, just to reiterate on some of the finishing touches that Daniel talked about, you know, you were mixing their sources from a variety of locations, which again screams remote production, right?
Yes, exactly. And I think that's when this started. So we started looking at the OB truck, but of course it doesn't have to be an OB truck. No. It could be somebody at home, somebody in a studio, just as we're doing today.
No, but that's the, you know, I find this very enticing because, again, it has to do with, you know, it's checking all the nice boxes and the goosebump, you know, feel as well, because, again, you have a plethora of combined technologies that actually can, in a very, very easy to use manner, simplify your productions and actually do that without, you know, having a huge complexity behind it. And I have a lot of good feels for this, and also the quality of the display is astonishing.
Good. I'm really pleased, and I hope, Simon, you're going to give up your iPad Pro as a result of this.
You know, they are out of the window immediately, absolutely.
Thank
No,
you.
we are going to get this one in because again, it's one of the best examples I've seen in technology in practice, and I love what you guys have done with the widgets. That is, absolutely amazing.
And I think I think in return, Simon, what I see in the bridge tech systems is quality of data that allows the broadcast operator to drive insight from the streams.
Yeah.
So all the Densitron team have done really is make that easy to use and to display in a remote production environment. Actually, the clever tech and the probes is coming from bridge devices, and that's why I think the two things go really well together. Because I've not seen multi-viewers today on the market that bring together the probe information with the comfort monitoring, with the picture in perfect time, and you guys can do that.
No, but that's very right, and that's where it all, as you say, comes together, because you need that front end, and with the front end that is both color accurate and that type of high quality, and in the form factor that fits, places anywhere basically in broadcast where space is a huge consideration, and then combining it with touch so that you have you don't need the keyboard and mouse, and of course the ability to get the timely sources, because as you say, it's the low latency of the system and the immediate control functions of the IDS that truly makes this a bit of broadcast magic.
And what constantly astounds me, Simon, is when I go into OB trucks or studios is the sheer number of keyboards and mice and computers that are on the desk. And for me, that's always a sign of an opportunity, because that happens when the systems don't quite do what the user needs them to do.
Yes.
So you have to use keyboards and mice on the ground to make it work and do what you need it to do.
I wish I could, out of my pocket now, kind of drag out the mousetrap and say that we actually now instill the hunting season for mice is on. And we are not, happy before we exterminate them from any kind of outside broadcast vehicle. You agree?
I think that's a great marketing idea, Simon. I think we should carry on that discussion.
Well, there we go. But, before we leave you, Simon, I think that, it's Tuesday. We need a bit of culture, and we do have our mad musical genius. And today he's going to, I think he's trying to actually bridge some of the gaps between then SDI and IP. And let's see how he does that.
Can't wait.
Chopin SDI to IP. Now, transitioning from uncompressed to compressed media.
Goodness gracious, that really put me in the mood for, I'm going to go and play with some displays here, that's for sure, especially the uncompressed ones. What do you say, Simon?
I don't know what to say to that, Simon, to be honest.
No, but
thank
you know, it's been a pure pleasure having you here, Simon. It truly is, and you know, this is only the first of a series we're going to make, where we're going to go more in depth, both on the display side, the control functions, the IDS system as a whole, and then of course how it integrates into the 440 structure. Because, you know, as you say, this is only the beginning, and I must say that from all of us here in Bridge, I mean, you deserve an applause actually, because I think that some applause, that's good.
Well,
From the whole team down here, because
Thank you.
it's so well done, so well done.
We really appreciate the support, and it's super exciting working with you guys, and I know the team are having a lot of fun. So let's build on that and see where we can go.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Simon. You have a great day on this wonderful Tuesday. And basically, to the rest of the crowd watching, I will say one thing. Don't forget to tune in the next Tuesday for some even more exciting news, as always on a Tuesday. But this was it from the IP studio, live from our company HQ in Oslo, Norway. Go and have a fantastic day, and don't forget to tune in next Tuesday.